Hey, what's up? It's Naseem. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing all my tips on breastfeeding if you're a first-time mom, how I was able to exclusively breastfeed my son for over 6 months, how I dealt with a shallow latch, different advice and product recommendations that I'll be sharing with you throughout this video. So if you are interested, please stay tuned. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you like this type of content. I post a lot of different mom vlogs, day in the life. If you're into that, feel free to join the family. I wanted to talk about this because it was really important for me to share all of my helpful tips, resources, different products that literally saved me throughout my breastfeeding journey, because as a first-time mom, breastfeeding did not come naturally for me at all. In fact, it was a very stressful and high pressure time. It was like everything was kind of thrown at me at once. I dealt with a very shallow latch. My baby was born kind of on the smaller side, so we had to deal with, making sure that I was feeding him and pumping and giving him formula and all that stuff. So I'm gonna go into detail with all of that. But I do wanna mention that I know a lot of us moms put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and it's not so much maybe it does come from other moms, but I think mostly it comes from within ourselves, that we want to do what's best for our baby and we really want to breastfeed. It's like, I think a lot of us moms just feel like it should come natural to us when we give birth, and we want to do, again, what's right for them, what's best for them. And I think we all know that breast milk is far more superior to formula. It's like liquid gold and helps with their immune system and gives them the right nutrients and vitamins and minerals to help sustain them and make sure that they're getting everything that they need to grow. But I do want to emphasize that as much as we want to put that pressure on ourselves to breastfeed, that ultimately at the end of the day, fed is best. So if you have to supplement with formula, by all means, do that, because you have to feed your baby. You can't obviously starve your baby. You kind of just have to change your expectations a little bit around breastfeeding, because it is very hard, especially if you're dealing with a shallow latch. So without further ado, let's dive right in. I'm so excited to be partnering with this brand on today's video. I have used their products in my breastfeeding journey, and it literally saved me so much. I want to say a huge thank you to Momcozy for sponsoring this video. I'm going to be talking about 2 different products that literally saved me throughout my breastfeeding journey. And the first one being the Momcozy breast pump. It comes in this beautiful bag like this with a top handle. It is such a very sturdy and kind of lightweight bag, and it comes with a wearable breast pump. And if you are struggling with breastfeeding and your baby not latching on, you know how important it is to keep up with your milk supply and to pump when you need to, especially after your nursing sessions. You want to make sure you're still pumping to express all of the milk. And if you're making bottles, this is literally a game changer. I can't tell you how much I use this throughout my breastfeeding journey, especially those first few months where all I needed to do was pump after each nursing session. These are great. These go right into your nursing bra, and they're lightweight, they're super comfortable. The mouthpiece is essentially mimicking the baby's mouth. There's really no pain or tugging or pulling feeling that comes with it. I've used this so much throughout those first couple months when I was trying to get the baby to latch and I needed to pump right after each nursing session. And I love this because it's wearable and it's electric, and I don't have to be tied down to the couch to pump. And that was my worst feelings toward pumping, was that I didn't want to be tied down, sitting down on a couch, because for the longest time I was doing that with a breast pump that I had to sit down and I had to pump. And then I bit the bullet, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta invest in a wearable breast pump that can like literally have my hands free so I can do what I need to do around the house. It comes with like different flanges, different flange sizes, so you can try on different ones to see which one fits and which one's comfortable. You can charge it. It's just all around a really good, nice, wearable breast pump that is so affordable. I remember looking online for different ones, and there's some really expensive ones out there, but this one by Momcozy is great. I'll leave their information along with my discount code that you can use for some money off down in the description box down below. And the second product from Momcozy that I absolutely love, that I could not live without when I was breastfeeding. This breastfeeding pillow is so comfortable. It provides so much support. I've tried so many different breastfeeding pillows, and at the end of the day, you want to feel comfortable, because the worst thing that you can be doing is hunching over and you going towards your baby to breastfeed. And what you want to do is you want to have the baby come to you and come to your chest. You want to have a pillow that's going to not only support you, but also support the baby. So this ties all the way around your waist. It has this really nice arch kind of support system to protect the baby. It's a really good large size for all around support. The baby's not going to roll over. It's going to be super secure for you and for the baby. Keeps your hands free. I mean, I could just go on and on. This is just such a great item to put on your registry, to give as a gift. They come in different colors, so you can choose which one you like. And this one was just key. It's just so much better than propping baby up on a bunch of pillows. So I would highly recommend checking out the Momcozy nursing pillow, as well as their electric wearable breast pump. And I will leave all their information, details, my discount code as well, so you can save some money off down below. So check them out. On to my different tips and other product recommendations that helped me exclusively breastfeed for over 6 months. Now, when my son was born, he was born a little on the smaller side, so we dealt with a shallow latch. So I had to supplement with formula, and I also tried nursing as much as possible, because they say just every single time you want to feed your baby, just put that baby on your chest. It's like practice for both you and the baby. As much as it might be painful and it might not feel natural and your baby just might not be taking in as much milk, it's good to have that one-on-one contact, that skin-to-skin contact. My biggest tip to you first-time moms is, if you are really wanting to get the latch down and make sure that your baby is transferring enough milk and you're doing the right positions and all that, is to go to a lactation consultant, make an appointment with them, meet with them a few times. I went and saw my lactation consultant a handful of times early on, like those first few weeks, because I really wanted to make sure that I was doing it right, that I was holding the baby right. I didn't know, how to strengthen his latch. And so she showed me so many different positions, different angles to kind of help strengthen his latch. And she also weighed him before and after the nursing session, so I knew how much he was taking in. And then she also told me how many times to pump, because it was important for me to keep up with my milk supply. So I was pumping after each session, and I was taking notes as to how much I was producing. And she essentially helped me throughout that entire, it was maybe a couple months, at least 1 to 2 months, until I really got it down. And I can't tell you how painful it was though with that poor latch. It was like a tugging feeling, and I just knew that breastfeeding wasn't supposed to feel that way. It when they have a good latch, their lips are flanged out, they're covering your entire boob and whatnot. But what really helped me with the pain was silverettes, and I found a pair of silverettes online that are pretty much a dupe for I think the original one is I don't know, expensive, but I found a good dupe online, so I'll leave those down below. Really kind of helps them heal and take away that redness and inflammation. And so I highly recommend using that, as well as a nipple cream. It's called lanolin, I believe. and I'll leave that down below as well. That really saved me. This was a huge struggle for me as well, and it was dealing with clogged ducts and blisters. It happens, so don't stress out over it. It's bound to happen, especially if you're not expressing, you know, all the milk out, or if you're wearing like compressive bras that aren't supportive. And I remember trying out so many different bras, and the one bras that really worked for me are the Momcozy nursing bras, and I found some other ones as well that I'll leave links to down below. But being able to do the right things to get rid of those like blisters and clogged ducts, really key, because I got them a couple times. So what helped me was massaging my breasts in the shower with like hot water. I would do cold compress, but really the hot showers and massaging them really helped, as well as Epsom salt baths. Those were hands down just like the best. I just was patient with the whole breastfeeding experience. It was exhausting. I was mentally and physically exhausted because I was feeding every 2 hours. I was pumping in the middle of the night to make sure that I was giving him enough milk, you know, preparing enough bottles and all that. So I was pumping like 6 to 8 times within a 24-hour period. But we finally overcame that hurdle, and it got to a point where breastfeeding came naturally. We learned, both of us learned, and it was easy. It just felt so natural and so easy. And of course it took a while. It took like, you know, a couple months, but then both of us just kind of got the hang of it. We were in our groove, and I felt comfortable, he felt comfortable, and I was able to exclusively breastfeed him for over 6 months, which was great. I'm just so thankful that I was able to do that. I am so thankful that I was able to produce enough milk. Now, that's another thing, is like, if you are feeling like you're not producing enough milk, definitely drink enough water. I mean, I was drinking like 2 liters sometimes a day, and that really helped. So like, I would say water would probably be like one of the very first things I would assess in your whole like diet, to see if you're drinking enough water, because that's like really what milk is made up of. And just also making sure you're eating enough calories. I know everyone's journey and breastfeeding experience is different. This was my personal experience, and I dealt with a lot of struggles, a lot of ups and downs. But I want you to know that breastfeeding doesn't always come naturally to everyone. It definitely didn't come natural to me. If it doesn't happen right out of the gate and it doesn't work out, manage your expectations, change up your standards a little bit, and fed is best, honestly. Fed is best. I know that's a very cliche saying, but you know, you want to feed your baby, and if you have to go with formula, then do what's right for baby and feed them formula. So that is my breastfeeding journey and all my tips and products that I recommend. Again, all the information and products that I mentioned throughout this video, I'll leave the information down in the description box below. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.